We're live here at Doncaster. This is the same famous sales train. What time does it start tomorrow? First lot in at 9? 10 o'clock. First lot in of nearly over 150 odd horses. Yeah. It's the most important breeze-up sales in the world. Hello and welcome to this famous international sales arena here in Doncaster. We're live at Goff's because on Wednesday morning, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, the first of nearly 150 lots will be brought in here. And this man on my left is hoping that lots and lots of people will say, yes, I'll buy that horse, because this guy is one of the top vendors. Can't my name. Just tell us, turn round first of all, because last year he sold this horse, Prince of Lear, who went on to win the Group 2, the Norfolk Stakes at Royal Ascot. Tell us about last year.
Well, he was one of the top horses here last year. He topped the sale, joint top horses. Yeah. The two top joint horses, the two of them won at Royal Ascot last year, which is unbelievable.
That's incredible.
Incredible. It's just unbelievable. Like this horse, after we sold him, he ran, I think, within 3 weeks of the sale. Won first time out. There was huge money offered for him after he won his maiden. The guys that owned him, fair dues to him. They didn't sell. They got their day in the sun at Ascot, and they just went berserk.
That's incredible.
On his second start, he won the Norfolk.
The Norfolk.
Group 2. And now he's fully booked as a stallion. He's stallion already.
What sort of fee is he commanding as a stallion?
I think he's 5,000 or 6,000, but he has 130 mares booked into him already. Very good quality mares.
That's nearly £750,000. Just in 1 year?
Yes, and hopefully he'll make it's only stepping stone, that his runners will be very good, and he might be, next time we talk, he might be 50,000.
I tell you, well listen, before we ask what you've got this time, tell us how important these breeze-up sales, how do you rate them? For me, they're probably the best breeze-up sales anywhere.
The success from these sales last year was just phenomenal, but generally it happens every year. It's not just once. The horses are prepared by very, very professional people, mostly Irish, if I may say, because we have a business in Ireland that we have very, very good horse people, very good land. The land, we can buy horses around Europe and bring them back to Ireland, put them out on fabulous limestone land, and put them out for maybe 2 months after the yearling sales, then bring them back and prepare them for the breeze-up sales.
And apart from buying and potentially going on to win at Royal Ascot, one of the great things about this is that you get almost free entry into this £1 million series in Sweden.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's a market that's really on the up. I think they have £1 million, €1 and there's 10 races, I think, involved.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Like English racing needs to wake up.
Yeah.
The Brocklesby the other day was worth 6,000 to the winner. It's horrendous.
It is.
Like when you can get that sort of money, and you know, in Sweden, everybody has to take their hat off to the Swedish people for coming up with this. And you also have to take your hat off to Goffs UK
Yeah.
for putting all the horses
Yeah.
in the sale,
Yeah.
and they paid for it all, which I think is I'm so happy about it.
What have you got in the sale this time?
We've 8 good quality colts
Yeah.
at this sale. We've a first season sire Red Jazz colt, very nice sharp early 2-year-old, showcasing colt, Swiss Spirit colt, first crop. He has had his winner already. Epaulette colt, helmet colt, he's had 2 winners, 2 Group 1 winners in his first crop helmet. He's a quality colt. Camacho colt and Loop de Vega colt that's qualified for French premiums, and a Kalaki colt.
How do these compare with the sales toppers who went on to win last year at Royal Ascot? You live with them, you see them every day. Have we got potentially another Royal Ascot winner, or perhaps a Swedish Derby winner next year?
I hope we have.
Yeah.
It's very early days.
Yeah.
You can be hopeful. The horses have to go and do it on the track. We can only teach them so much, but we don't push them at home. When the new trainers get them, they have to train them. We have all the groundwork done for them. The new trainers train them.
And these are yearlings, these are 2-year-olds who are ready to go whoosh, yes. But you've just left a little bit there, so once they get to the stables, then they can bring the speed in.
We have them broken and riding really quiet. You can put apprentice riding these horses. They're so quiet and properly trained.
Really?
Yes, very, very quiet, genuine horses. And some of them will be milers, some of them will be sprinters, and some of them will be longer distance horses. For the Swedish Derby, I'm sure people will want something that'll go 1.5 miles as a 3-year-old. So they're looking at that down the line.
I know you're a very busy man. I'll let you go because you've got a queue of people waiting to see all your horses. Con, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Tomer.
See you later and good luck. Well, let's have a chat with the big boss here. Tony, come and join us, because we were just saying there, last year, 2 sale toppers both went on to win top-class races.
They did. They both won at Royal Ascot, which was fantastic. The sale last year, the sale in the last few years, there were 4 Royal Ascot winners in 2016 out of the Goffs UK Breeze Up sales. So it's quite a feat, and it's really laid a great foundation for this year's sale. Not in addition to that, there were 37 2-year-old winners out of the sale
37
2-year-old winners out of the sale last year. So the record of the sale is actually phenomenal. So we're very excited about going forward with this Breeze Up sale.
This place will be packed to capacity tomorrow with leading breeders, owners, trainers, all trying to buy. But the beauty, despite the competition, you offer value for money as well, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. It's a good value sale. And as Con said a moment ago, the 2 top lots last year made £170,000. But we have horses to suit all budgets and to suit all trainers around the country. And the new initiative that happened this year, which was mentioned before, is the Scandinavian Derby Oaks Series.
Yep.
We entered the entire catalogue in the series. And I think it certainly, for the Swedish racing, the fillies in this catalogue and the standard of horse that can go back there, I'm sure will help Swedish racing. In addition to that, though, also helps our vendors, because it puts a good base on the sale with our Swedish buyers that have come over. We've got a great group of Swedish trainers and owners that have come over, 3 or 4 times more than have ever come before. So this has certainly created a hype in Sweden. And another thing, not only for the Swedish people, I think the UK trainers, and Con alluded before about the stake money here in the UK, the UK trainers and owners can capitalise on this as well. The entire catalogue is entered in the series. They can, in actual fact, keep them in the series and race them from here over in Sweden when everything's in order to do so. So they can race for €1 million in stake money over a 10-race series, which can only benefit us all.
It's a great idea. And the beauty of these breeze-up sales, if you buy them as yearlings, you've got to keep them for 6 or 7 months, pay a lot of money for them. They might not even get to the racecourse. These are already on the racecourse. They're almost ready to run.
Well, they certainly are. And look, make no mistake, the vendors here, they do a great job with these horses. They take out 2 or 3 steps in respect to the horses buying them from yearlings. But having said that, the yearling sales are also a great place to buy your horses.
Of course.
But with the breeze up concept, we're probably skipping the breaking in stage, the getting them going stage, the pre-training stage, and we can come and see them run up on the turf here this morning or this afternoon, which we have. So it takes a few stages out, so a buyer can come here with confidence, see the product, see its action, and be competitive in the marketplace.
Here's the question for you. If anybody is watching this live around the world and they say, I'd love to be there, but I can't get there, can they actually ring up and do the telephone bids? Can they do that?
Look, there's no doubting if people wanted to and had the information and they wanted to bid on one, we'd certainly be able to accommodate them on the phone.
Yeah.
And the future with technology, we'll be able to do a lot of interesting things in the future, but at the moment we could certainly do that. And we've got a great group of buyers out there. It was evident by the crowd out there watching the breeze ups. Got a fantastic group of trainers, agents, owners. They're here today. We're very busy out in the backyard, and I must thank all the vendors because they've done a wonderful job with their stock. We have some serious horses on offer tomorrow.
Listen, good luck. I'll let you get on. I know you're very busy. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, and happy racing, everybody.
I tell you, listen, we're talking about Sweden. Here is the big boss of Swedish racing. Dennis, how important is this tie-in? Goffs have said that every horse that is sold here can race in Scandinavia, Sweden, in a €1 million series.
Yeah, we are obviously delighted to get all these entries. The best 2-year-old last year was a producer of this breeze-up auction, Victor Calais.
Yeah.
Is not eligible for the 2017 Derby. Had it been this year, he would be the Derby favorite for the 18 Derby. But that's really great. We don't want to see our best horses back home competing in lesser races. We want them to compete in the top races, and that we have achieved with this entry.
It's a very go-ahead move by the Swedish Jockey Club, and you opened the newest racecourse in the world there last year, Bro Park, which is going to play host at the first ever Lady Jockeys Thoroughbred World Championship on July the 4th, presented by Chess Racing, the man out of ABBA. It's a very go-ahead place, Swedish racing.
Yeah, I see as an emerging market. We are starting to create better races, better money in the bigger races, and that's more interesting for foreign trainers to bring horses there. But I have to say we have world-class trainers in Sweden, so I think the next step is that people put horses in training in Sweden and take a week out and see their horse, go back maybe to France or England, because our program is so good. So I think that is the next step, that people put horses in training in Sweden.
Listen, you mentioned the world. Come and join us. This is Julian McLaren here, who's one of the top trainers. Stay with us. Julian, come over this side. Just jump in the middle. You train at Bro Park, the new state-of-the-art training racing centre. What's it like from your point of view?
I mean, it's a great opportunity for, not just for the trainers in all around Europe or all around the world. It's a good opportunity for us as well to buy horses here at the Breeze Up, and they are already entered in the Swedish Derby and Oak Series.
It's superb, isn't it? It's like a dream come true.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, Victor Calais was bought last year here at this Breeze Up, and he was in Dubai last year for this winter. And I mean, that just shows, I mean, Swedish trainers have been down in Dubai for the last couple of carnivals.
Yeah.
So I mean, why shouldn't I be able to go down next year if I buy something from here?
Well, I tell you, and the beauty of this, it's value for money. You don't have to pay £1 million. You can get one. What did you pay for Victor Calais? 20,000?
I think the Royana Quisler bought him for 10,000.
10,000?
Yeah.
And he's worth, well, millions.
He could be. I mean, he's the highest rated 3-year-old in Sweden as we speak.
So why have you come here to this specific Breeze Up Sales, Goffs, Doncaster?
Well, I have a great opportunity. I don't really have I have good candidates for the Swedish Derby, but I mean, this is always like Goffs and the Swedish Racing Authority had opened up new doors for me to buy a new Derby horse. And I mean, of course, I want to win the Derby next year.
Absolutely, we all do. I tell you, I live in Newmarket where they have great training facilities. You know, it's a very famous centre. But I was most impressed with Bro Park. You've got everything. Just describe the training facilities at Bro Park near Stockholm.
We have everything, as you said. We have a nice turf track, proper dirt track. We have training tracks, brand new built stables. We got everything we need. I mean, we are able to compete with the best trainers in Europe. We've shown it, and we're going to do it again. That is great news. And to hear something like that from someone like that.
Yeah, it's great news. I know we have the world-class trainers, but thoroughbred racing is also about numbers and material. Did our trainers get the same class stock as the best trainers in England and the best trainers in France and Ireland? I'm sure they can win Group 1 races.
I think this is a marvellous tie-up. I think it's a great idea. Goffs and the Swedish Jockey Club, Svensk Galopp, coming together. It's a great incentive.
Absolutely, and it moves the market. Our trainers would have bought breeze-up horses anyway, but now they're going to this sale because of the Goffs initiative.
Well, we hear it from the top administrator, we hear it from the top trainer, and by the way, his partner is a very good lady jockey, and we've got this Lady Jockey's Thoroughbred World Championship. She would love to ride in something like that, wouldn't she?
I mean, she rode in the ladies tournament last year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she got second in one of the races, and I had a horse that won with Chantal Sutherland last year. So
oh, lucky man.
That was lucky for me, yeah.
And Chantal Sutherland, the top lady in the United States of America, she has confirmed that she is coming across. Would you like? So, if you had the choice, would you put your partner on her or Chantal Sutherland on your horse? Good question.
Oh.
Well, there we must end it to save you.
Chantal would absolutely get a ride on one of my horses.
Well, that is good news. Guys, stay with us because it's absolutely superb. So, from 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, live here. Watch it, stream live, and try and buy a horse that could develop into a world beater. This is Tomo. Stay with us. Hello and welcome back to this famous Goffs sales arena in Doncaster. We're on the eve of the prestigious Breeze Up sales, and the beauty of these sales is that every horse that's purchased here, whether it's a colt or a filly, will be eligible to run next year in Sweden in a €1 million scheme. And also, by the way, something special, and just part you two, Lady Jockey's Thoroughbred World Championship, presented by Chess Racing. Chess Racing is Benny Anderson from ABBA. It's put on by Svensk Galopp, and it's going to be live at Bro Park on July the 4th. With me is the man, the chief executive of the Swedish Jockey Club. You must be over the moon. This is a brand new initiative, a world championship.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and it's fantastic that Benny Anderson will help us presenting the event. We had a great success at the opening of the track Bro Park last year, and we'll try to follow up on this and do an individual world championship and see who's the best female rider in the world.
And these are professional jockeys, not amateurs. These are the top 12 girls from around the world.
Yeah, we are trying to pick them out as we speak, and trying to pick out maybe one or two Swedish girls to compete with the best girls in the world. We have some good jockeys confirmed. Danielle Johnson from New Zealand. She's beating up all the men down there, leading the premiership in New Zealand at the moment. So
because we said a few years ago, there's one or two lady jockeys riding. Now, as you said, number one in New Zealand, these girls can take on the men and beat them.
Yeah, in many, if they got the chances, they absolutely could do it. And I think we have to create opportunities for women as well as men in this sport. And
I've got the leading trainer here in Scandinavia. This is the good-looking fellow standing on my left, Julian McLaren. Where's the Scottish name? There's a Scottish connection there, isn't there?
Yes, my father was from Scotland.
Oh, great. Okay. Now listen, it's at Bro Park. That's where you live. That's where you train. Tell people who are watching about Bro Park. It's about, 30 miles outside of Stockholm?
Yeah, about 30 miles outside of Stockholm. Brand new track. The stables are fantastic. We have a really nice turf track, proper dirt track, good training facilities. We got everything that we want, really, and the only thing we want more is more horses and more owners.
Well, I think the best way to advertise that is to get winners, isn't it? And you have got plenty of winners. Just tell us about the horses that you have trained that have gone on to win big races that you actually bought for not much money here at Doncaster Sales.
I haven't bought anything here from Doncaster, but one of my colleagues, Royana Quisler, bought Victor Calais last year. Went on to be the top-rated 2-year-old in Sweden, or in Scandinavia. He went on to start competing in Dubai this carnival. Ran some good races, but the competition down there is really, really tough. But we have loads of horses coming from Doncaster or other breeze-ups that's been competing in Dubai, Sasha Walls. But Victor Calais is absolutely, he's fantastic 2-year-old, a 3-year-old now. And
that's what you want, horses like that in Scandinavia, because the standard of racing over there, just tell us, how is it getting higher all the time?
It is getting higher, and the prize money is getting much higher.
Yeah. I like that.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah. I love it.
So it gives us a great opportunity, not just for us, but for the trainers from all over Europe. We had loads of trainers coming from England and France, competing in the Group 3 races we got, because our group races are really well played. The prize money is absolutely going the right way. We just need to get more competition.
Tell us about these big group races. What sort of big races do you have in Sweden?
We have some important group races on the grass. We have a 9-furlong race in the mid of June and a 12-furlong race just 1.5 weeks before the Arc. It's a Group 3 and the best horses in Sweden compete and in Scandinavia compete there. And sometimes we have the odd outside horse like Collier Hill, who went on to win the Shima Classic. So
that's right.
Racing is good.
And you've also got a special anniversary of the Swedish Derby.
This year is the 100th Swedish Derby, so we doubled the prize money for this year and got a record entry for the 2017 Derby. We have a Group 3 sprint on the day, so we're welcoming foreign horses for that race. Unfortunately, the Derby is closed for the 17, but still, I think this morning announced 116 horses still in the Derby.
And it's not just Bro Park. There's a very nice racetrack at Malmo, and I understand the former Manchester United football manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, is coming there in May.
Yeah, I heard something about that at the Prams Memorial Day. It's our biggest race. It's a dirt race with over 100,000 euro in prize money there. So again, we have good money. It's a listed race with over 100,000 euro.
And just tell us, this series with €1 million, just quickly tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a 10-race series. The Derby is about 300,000 euro, half for the winner. The Oaks is included and some supporting races. If you do not stay the distance, we have races on 6 furlong and 8 furlongs to accommodate all horses if they pay some entry fees, so they can get something back from those 10 races. We think it's a great series.
I think it's great, and I've got the chairman of Goffs who's just walked in. Henry, come and join us, because this initiative, if you buy a horse here, come and join us in the middle, you buy a horse here and you get entry into these €1 million races.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. We have a great association with Swedish racing. We've had Swedish buyers coming here for many years. Stefan Uppstrom, who's a sort of stalwart of Swedish racing, has been our agent for many years. He's come to our sales and we've sold some lovely horses down the years. And the aforementioned Benny Anderson. I remember when I first appeared on the scene in the late 70s and Benny Anderson came to the sales. It was so exciting, and he bid and bought, and we all stared at him, and he asked us not to, but he got winners, and he was happy. So yeah, it's wonderful.
I love it. And he's a great supporter he loves his racing, and it's lovely to hear that. And you must be excited with these sales, you know, apart from the fact that they can go to Sweden, they could go on and win like they normally do at Royal Ascot.
Well, absolutely. The Doncaster Breeze Up was the only Breeze Up sale in Europe last year to have Royal Ascot winners, 4 in total.
Really?
2 Group 1 winners, quite a reflection of my dream boat, and the Norfolk winner and the Windsor Castle winner, and Prince of Lear and Ardad. And Ardad went on to win the Flying Childers just to prove it wasn't a fluke. So it was the only Breeze Up sale in Europe to have a Royal Ascot winner. It's the oldest Breeze Up sale in Europe. We started the concept of Breeze Up sales in Europe in 1977.
No, was it that long ago?
When you were a very young lad, Derek.
I was here.
Yeah, you were.
And your dad.
Yeah,
Yes.
my dad and Kenneth Oliver and Willie Stevens and all the legends of those days. Yeah. And there are a couple of vendors here, Tally-Ho Stud, who stand Kodiak, and who sold out Ardad here last year. They've sold at every single Breeze Up in Doncaster since 1977. There are now 6 or 7 Breeze Ups in Europe, but the Doncaster Breeze Up is the original, a bit like Kellogg's. It's the original and best in our view.
Listen, have a great day tomorrow. Enjoy, and I hope you get lots of money.
We'll do our best. Thank you very much.
Well, he's a top man. So there you are. We're live here at Goffs. These horses are going to be sold tomorrow, and perhaps one of them could be next year's Swedish Derby winner, Swedish Oaks winner, or perhaps on that trail of €1 million. And if I can just ask you to part, just have a look at this. The first ever Lady Jockeys Thoroughbred World Championship, presented by Chess Racing, put on by Sven Scallop, live at Bro Park, and this is on July the 4th. The top 12 lady jockeys from around the world. Which one will become world champion? We'll find out in Sweden, July the 4th. Stay with us. I've been joined now by Philip Brannan, the Managing Director of Sports Guide International. We're looking at Swedish racing. We're looking at horses that are bought here that can go on to compete in a €1 million series with the Scandinavians. How important is this sale, and what can we do for racing in Sweden if anybody wants to get involved?
Well, the sale is very important, and of course, so is prize money. We were hearing about this afternoon about prize money in Swedish racing and how high it is. But of course, that a lot of that comes from sponsorship too, and the commercial opportunities that Scandinavian racing now offers, perhaps I think, are a little bit underrated.
Tell us which way. I mean, we've got the Lady Jockeys Thoroughbred World Championship, the first ever at Bro Park, July the 4th, presented by Chess Racing. That's Benny Anderson out of ABBA. He's getting involved.
He's getting involved, and it's great to have his support. And he's passionate about his racing, as you know. And he was inspired by the ladies' races that took part at Bro Park in June last year on the opening day. And when he was approached to become involved in helping to create this international showcase for female riders and also for Scandinavian racing, he was delighted to be involved.
And I understand if anybody does want to get involved, not only could they sort of sponsor one of the races, we've got a series of races throughout the day, the one who gets the most points will become world champion, but you can also sponsor one of the lady riders and get involved that way as well and get them to entertain your best clients.
That's right. Sven Scallop have created some fantastic packages and partnerships around sponsorship, individual races for sponsorship, and the final, which which will be much sought after, and when we'll crown the winner. But as you said, individual jockeys are available for sponsorship, and they make great corporate ambassadors, the female riders, and of course they will be ambassadors for brands and also ambassadors for Swedish racing as they go back to their racing territories. We are looking forward to welcoming lady riders from all over the world, and as far afield as Canada and New Zealand, from Great Britain, Ireland, and wider Europe as well.
And the great Chantal Sutherland is coming from America. I mean, she was one of the, apart from being a top jockey, she's one of the fashion models as well in America. She's one of the top girls.
Well, she's a great media star, and she attracts a lot of attention wherever she goes. And she was one of the stars of the ladies' races at Bro Park last June.
She was.
So,
the trainer was telling me how brilliant she was.
Yeah, and was among the winners, as indeed was Anna O'Brien, daughter of Aidan O'Brien, leading trainer. So there's some great talent out there. This provides a great opportunity to showcase that talent, but it's also a good opportunity to showcase brands as well.
Now, obviously, social media, it's going live around the world on social media. It'll be going live on national television in Sweden, throughout Scandinavia, and also going live around the world.
Going live around the world, those conversations are going on at the moment about media rights and where it can be shown and where it will be shown. But Scandinavian racing is getting more and more coverage and more interest. And of course, as horses that emanate from sales like the Goffs UK Breeze Up sale continue to have success in Scandinavia, then the interest will continue to increase.
And I've got Dennis, who is the chief executive of Swedish Racing. You must be so excited about this first ever Lady Jockeys Thoroughbred World Championship.
Indeed, we are. It was a success last year. We had a team from Sweden and a team from the rest of the world competing. That was interesting. I think it's more interesting with a individual tournament. Now we run it over 5 races, so they're really getting into action, and 10 of the best girls in the world. That is fantastic.
And if you sponsor a race, one of the races throughout the afternoon, obviously it'll be seen on TV, all that sort of stuff. But what about if you sponsor one of the lady jockeys as well? You can introduce her to all the clients and all that?
Absolutely, they can use her in marketing their product. They have a dinner at the track, and I think racing gives a better customer relationship. You can touch your friends when during racing, when instead of you watching a football match, everybody's watching the pitch. But here you can interact with your customers during racing. Your company, Sportscard International, puts on some of the biggest races in the world. You act for some of the biggest companies in the world. How would you describe the Lady Jockeys Thoroughbred World Championship at Bro Park, July the 4th?
It's a fantastic initiative, and it's going to provide opportunities for brand promotion that Swedish racing hasn't in the past because of the international reach that it will have. Will be like no other event that's happened in Swedish racing so far. So it is it's up there with the best of them.
I'll tell you what, this is going to be very interesting. Bro Park, July the 4th. Come and join us and have an incredible day out. And I wonder just which lady will be crowned the first ever World Lady Jockeys Champion. Stay with us.